What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to be your own hero. It was an idea that just came up with me not too long ago. I was like, you know what? Or who do we think of that inspires us? You know, a favorite hero, just get done walking out of a movie or watching a favorite, superhero TV series. You're just like, wow, I wish I could be like that guy or woman, that their sense of character and their selflessness really gives you hope just by experiencing something like that. So we're gonna go over that and see how you can use that same mentality and create this character of who you wish you could be and truly put that into your actual life. So there's a few tricks to it. It doesn't take much. Again, like I said before, no, I feel it takes progress. You just gotta keep these things in mind. You gotta keep doing them, and eventually it's like clockwork, and it'll be a part of you. And then you'll be your own hero. Maybe even have your own TV show on CW. Who knows? Or a good movie. Back and forth. So we're gonna start off with, who are your favorite heroes? What's something who's someone that inspires you? Is it your parents? Is it family in general? Or it could be fictional too. It could be literally anyone, a cartoon character, anyone that gives you a sense of hope and makes you feel good instantly. Write down, what are the characteristics that you like about this character? What really what really makes you feel so good just by watching that character or being around this person. So, and you can even ask, and then if this is a real person, you can ask them, what do you usually, how do you do it? What do you use for positivity that keeps you going every day? And these are things you can actually put into your own life if you really go for it that way. So, for characteristics, I know my favorite superhero is Batman. I freaking love Batman. I have like 6 caps of his logo. I love Batman for his character, just for his his sense of tragedy. He used tragedy to really improve himself and use that as inspiration to keep that from happening to anyone else in his city. And then, there's a couple of mental issues that explains it too, but that's a whole nother behemoth to attack related. But, I love people who come from such a hard beginning and then use that as fuel to really go up to like really good places in their life. Because, we all go through certain, obstacles in our life where, you're going to trip and fall. And that's just the easy part. It's getting back up that's going to be the hardest challenge. So these are the things you got to think about here. Think about something that really affected you in such a negative way. Really crushed you, and think about it. And then, pull out a notepad or your phone or something that you can write down thoughts on, and write it down, and then see if you can think of a few positive things out of it. So let's say that your house was robbed and you come home and everything's gone. All your valuables, everything that made your home very, very homey. That's a word, homey. Anything that made you feel so comfortable is gone. So you're going through the whole process of trying to fix this situation. Then you look back one day just like, man, I lost all those precious items. Now, a positive way of looking at it is obviously you're gonna tighten up your household a little bit more. Maybe put an alarm system in there, or be aware. Talk to your neighbors. You're going to improve. If you want something to change and you fail at one attempt at it, then you gotta go back to it, start from the beginning, and look at it from a different angle. I always use that saying every time. There's always a solution to anything. You just gotta look at it from a different angle. So, me personally, I love streaming. I absolutely love streaming. Every time I feel like I want to do it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come home from work, I'm gonna bunker down, I'm gonna stream for at least an hour, 1 or 2 hours tonight. And I get here, and like, I am a master at procrastination here. If anyone can relate with me, I'll surf the web, or I'll be on the phone talking to my girlfriend for a little bit, or I'll play a few rounds of sub game. And that actually just happened tonight. I was like, okay, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna stream Outlast 2 tonight. I want to get back on the challenge of the whole 1 life 1 battery challenge. It's a permadeath run, and so I sit down and I just got the phone with my girlfriend, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do a few strikes on Destiny 2. No big deal or anything. Do a few things, and literally after it was a very big mistake. It passed 4 hours passed, 3 or 4 hours passed. I'm actually recording this right now. Literally after I just got done playing, I'm like, okay, I need to stop. I got off the game, and now I'm doing this because I need to be productive for a few. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, so I need to learn to not procrastinate with things that I want to get done. So next time, which is probably tomorrow, depending on how late I get out of work, I'm going to sit down. I'm not even going to touch Destiny. I'm not going to. Or if not, again, this goes back to me looking at the situation from a different angle. If I did not want to stream Outlast 2, I could have just streamed Destiny 2. And boom. So that's 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm playing a game that I really want to play while streaming it to other people who want to see it. And that's a different angle. So you don't actually have to stick by a specific rule of something that you want to get done. So let's say, I think another good example here. Let's say you have a very messy room, and there's things everywhere, and you're trying to figure out, it's a big mess, and you're just like, well, I can't, I have to go to work in like another half hour, and I can't clean this entire room within a half hour. It's going to take time. So you get all stressed out, you get annoying, you're just like, screw it. I'll come back from work. I'll go to work first, and I'll come back later and I'll do it. Knowing, you never know if you come back from work and you're super tired, or you just don't want to do it, and then you lay in your messy room, and then you got pushed off to the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, and then just the vicious cycle repeats. So what you can do to improve is, okay, so before I go to work, I'm going to clean off my dresser, or I'm going to clean off my bed, or wipe this down. That way, you get some of it started, and then when you come back, you only have a little bit left, knock it out, and then you're done. It's different angles. So that's a way. I honestly don't know where I was going with that. I fell off a little bit there. So back to the whole hero thing. So you look at your favorite heroes and see how they really inspire you, and you write down characteristics that you like about them, and see if you can find a way to apply that to yourself. And it's possible, because you just gotta find a way to really make that a part of you. And again, it goes back to what I was saying about the whole looking at different angles. It takes steps. You can't be a hero within like 2 days or within like 10 minutes. It takes time. You never know what could happen, but I'm speaking like to feel like an actual important person for yourself, to like feel like you really can make someone's day just by doing the simplest things. If you really want to feel like that, you have to think like that. You have to think like it. That's the biggest thing. The mental is the real challenge over the physical aspect. So keep that in mind. So we're gonna go on to another thing is you want to worry about. Another thing you want to think about here is influencing others. How can you influence others to do better things? And there's different things to that. There's taking advantage, and there's like actual influencing people. So like taking advantage, that speaks for itself. But how do you influence someone to really do better for themselves? And the way I can look at this is, this channel itself. I'm making these videos to influence other people to improve for themselves. It goes back to what I was saying about, helping myself through you, the viewers. So what can you do for a crowd of people what can you do? So let's say that you're at a gathering with your friends, and you're usually like you're more of the leader of the pack, like, you know, you're the one that everyone follows, that because you have that sense of a character, and there's a situation going on somewhere where like let's say someone is not really feeling well, like they just feel very, very sad. It kind of drags down the entire group. Now you could simply say, you could just let that person be and ignore that and just hold on and just like continue on having a good time while that person's having a bad day. Or you can sit and stop, say, hey, what's wrong? Is there anything we can do that could to help? And you notice how you said we? So instead of you try to include others who care just as much as you do to help this one person. And there's different scenarios, like that's the best thing I can think of as of right now. There's different scenarios. So, you know, if you sound confident in your decisions, and you really want to like, let's say if you're confident in the decision to helping that person, people are gonna sense that, and they're gonna want to help you too. You know, so it's like a little ant army. Your little ants here, you're carrying the food around, and the ants are helping you, I guess, in a sense. I'm not sure if ants even help carry food for each other. Whatever. You know, you know, if you're confident in your choices and your decision, people are gonna catch on to that. You want to create this force of positivity where it just covers other people and makes them feel good. That's what a hero is. You know, if you were to be in the vicinity of someone who is very positive, very happy, and, you know, very funny, you're gonna be interested, and, you know, you're also gonna feel like, at least not, if not interested, happy. At the least interested, because that person's just not really, that person's different from the crowd. You know, it goes back to it's kind of like the first impression thing, if you think about it, but it's just like, it goes deeper than that. So your character as a whole really means a lot when it comes to influencing others, you know. And I'm not, you don't have to be this charismatic beast or something like that. But if you sound confident in your actions, it's gonna help people. It's gonna make them want to come follow your lead. It's a big one. So you want to keep that in mind. Confidence is key when it comes to being a hero for yourself. The usual traits for a hero, you know, bravery. Again, you're not scared of taking anything on. You know, you're always the first one, head first into diving into any situation, no matter what. That's a big one. You know, selflessness. You always put others before yourself, and that's a good thing, but also you gotta be careful with that, because again, you don't want people to start to take advantage of you for being nice. Be careful with that. So, you know, putting others before yourself is fine. Just make sure that your happiness means just as much as the next person, because again, this is your mind we're talking about here. This is your life. So don't completely put yourself as a doormat for people to walk on, because, you know, it's not fair to you. Be kind to yourself. That's the key to it. Be kind to yourself. Don't forget that one factor. Next one's gonna be humility, and that's just basically humble. So like, people are just like, you know, oh my goodness, you helped that boy do his homework and you don't even know who he is. You help that person because you just know they need help, and you're not expecting any praise or any rewards. You're just doing it because you know that person needs help, and that's what you want to do. And that's the best genuine characteristic you can have next to confidence, because you're helping people because you help them because you just want to help them. You're not helping them so you can make a quick buck, or because you know there's going to be a reward at the end. You never stick your hand out because you help this person, because that's just it's not a good characteristic to just like always expect to get something by helping people. You know, I'm someone who believes that, you know, putting good energy into the world eventually comes back to you, but that's eventually. Within that time, when it eventually reaches me, I've already done like 50 billion different other good favors for that one favor to come back and help me as a person. So it's just like, don't think about the rewards as much as like, you know, the brownie points and like, you know, the money or any physical thing. Just think of it because it's a good feeling. You know, it's like donating money to a cause. You feel like you've done something good for the world. That's the best feeling I could think of next to like anything else. It's a very good feeling. You know, helping a homeless guy, buying him food. I work in fast food, and I've seen situations where people have bought food for the homeless, and their faces would light up. They'd be so thankful, and you just look at that, you're just like, you know, wow, like that's amazing. It's really amazing to see something like that. So it really restores your faith in humanity, which is a good one. So don't do things in expecting this massive grand Nobel Prize or a medal. Just do it because it's out of the kindness of your own heart, which you do have, I hope, if you're watching this video. Your next one's going to be patience, which goes back to what I was saying before about, you know, doing something because you want to do it, not expecting a reward. So with patience, you're doing it, and you know, guess what comes around goes around, and it goes for a positive sense too. What goes around comes around, but when it comes around, it might take a long time for it to come around. So again, don't focus on something like that. Do it because you want to do it, and whenever, you know, whatever hope, or I believe in karma, insert anything you believe in here, whenever something is ready to happen for you in a good way, it will happen. So don't think of it as the reward coming to you now, because it's not going to. I mean, it might. Who knows? I could be wrong, but don't focus on it, because again, it just makes you seem like a person who's just there just because they are expecting a reward, and people just don't really feel good about that. You know, it shows them, you know, people don't really help people unless they get something in the end. And it's just like, well, is this what humanity's come to? Because it's not true. It's not true at all. So don't be a part of something like that. Do it because you want to be a part of a positive energy that's going to help people really look forward to being stronger for themselves, because by you helping that person, you're inspiring that person to help others. This goes back to me saying influencing people. You want to be an influence on people. So when you're helping that person, you're going to influence them to do the same for other people. It's kind of a pay it forward type thing. So do keep that in mind. That's another big one. And caring, of course, caring is another big one too. You want to care about everybody, even the people who are not the nicest, which is hard to keep a big heart for. But this goes back to what I was saying again about looking at it from a different angle. If that person was having a bad day and you ask them what's wrong and they just freak out on you, you're just like, okay, well, the best thing you can do for someone who's having that is just listen. That is the best thing you can do for anyone. It's just listen. Don't interrupt. Don't put your 2 cents. You know, this is their story. This is their story. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. And when they think that when you think they're ready to, like, for you to give them your opinion, give it in a way where it's not invading. So let's say that this person got into an argument with another person, and he's telling about how much of a rude person this person is because of how bad their argument is, and you're sitting there and you're listening, and you kind of know that the person that's complaining about this person kind of caused it, but this person's extremely, you know, angry about it, and you just want to help them calm down. So you let them talk, and you're just like, okay, so what caused this? What caused this? What did that? You want to see if you can get their mind off the issue and help them focus on the different angles on what caused it. Because when you calm them down, it makes it easier for them to think about things. Think about, okay, what happened here? What did I do? What caused this? I mean, some people rather than that just think about it, whatever happens. But some people do have open minds, and they think about, okay, so I could have done this to do this, and this could have changed. So when you just listen and you put your 2 cents in, and then again put it in a way where it's not going against them. Just be nice about it. Like, okay, well, you could just try this, or, you know, what would have happened if you did this? And they would think about it, and, you know, it might even change the outcome. It could change how that person feels, and then boom, you just help that person get through something today, and there's your brownie points for the night. So just be be nice. Be nice, basically. Just be nice. Be nice to other people, even when they're not the nicest to you. Be nice, because again, it really does go a long way. And you know, it's a big one. And every hero has their strengths and weaknesses. So there's still, look at your strengths. What makes you a strong character, and you want to remember those strengths. Remember those strengths as a reminder, as if you ever feel in a situation where you're stuck, or if you feel like you're not really feeling worthy of yourself, open your phone or your notebook and look at your strengths. And it's a reminder that it is possible. Going back to your weaknesses are going to be a thing too, because everyone has a weakness. Everyone does. I have a weakness for candy, video games. I have a lot of weaknesses that's really going to control me. But I have to find a way to keep it contained. So there's ways you can turn this around. So let's say your weakness is overeating. So you want to lose weight by this certain amount of time, you have to control your eating habits, right? So what are some ways you can do that? You do a schedule, or you do a chart of all the foods you can eat monthly, things like that, and you eventually reach the target weight that you want to reach by that certain time. And that's how you turn your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are feeling like you're too fat or whatever. What can you do effectively to fix that problem? Because people seem to focus more on their weaknesses than their strengths. What can you do to if you can connect that strength to your weakness? So let's say that you're jealous, but your strength is careless. And not careless in the way where you don't care about anything, but you just really don't have a sense of caring about other people. So I mean, confidence, but you just don't really care. So carelessness goes back and forth between those two different sides. So you can put your carelessness with jealousy, where, you know, if someone is doing something with a person that you have an interest in, you just don't really care. What can you do to strengthen that strength of carelessness to completely block out jealousy? I like to look at strengths and weaknesses as two similarities, kind of, because, you know, without strength there'd be no weakness. There would be no weaknesses without strength, and there'd be no strength without weaknesses. So you have to learn what can you do to connect each strength and weakness into a balanced answer. So my strength is this and my weakness is this. If I look at it from a different angle, how can I make this strength even stronger by the use of my weakness? And that is possible. So those are things you want to look down. You want to write down. So let's say I have a problem with focusing on one task. So I can't really. So I'll be doing one task, and then something I'll forget something, and I'll go do something else for a second, and then completely forget that task. So what I can do, what I would do is like, okay, so I have this task here. I have to go do this, and then I realize I have to go finish the last task I had to go do before I left the other task. So what am I gonna do? So I finish that one task that I'm doing right now. Then I go to the next then I go to the next task right after I finish. So hopefully that example does connect. My examples are are not feeling like the best tonight, but bear with me here. This is possible. Put your strength and your weaknesses together to make a balanced answer for yourself. That way you feel even more invincible when it comes to obstacles in your life. So again, going back to the beginning, with Batman and his traumatic history, and we all have had traumatic history. How can you use that weakness of being through that traumatic history, and turn it into a strength? That's a big one. So overall, if you want to be a hero for yourself, you have to be realistic with yourself. You have to be real. You have to really reevaluate the things you want for yourself. So look through that. look at the things you've always wanted to do. Look at the people that really inspire you. To study them, to study how they are, go through their backstory and see where they come from, and see if you can relate in any way. Or if it's an actual family member, ask them for advice on how you can really, for inspiration, because we can get inspired from anything, or anyone. It's possible. But learning from that and trying to apply it to yourself is the ultimate challenge, because people like to, look at all these different people who are up in the clouds, and you're just like, well, that looks nice, but I'm never gonna get there. That person obviously had luck on their side. It's not true. It took a lot of hard work, and it's the same thing you have to apply for yourself. It takes a lot of hard work to be a hero. It does. And I mean, there's random acts of kindness, or someone there's a life-threatening situation, you take the opportunity to help that person. That's a hero, and that goes to a characteristic for being a hero. Congratulations. But if you want to be someone who you wake up in the morning, you're just like, oh my goodness, I'm so and so, this is my life, I feel like I'm a part of a movie right now, then you have to live like one. You have to look at your faults and improve on them, and that's what it all comes down to. Wow, that was a good topic. I think I did pretty well. Now, I forgot to ask you guys in the last video that if you have any questions about anything, and I mean anything within reason, I'm not answering any awkward questions I don't know, it's an awkward question. I can't think of an awkward question. I can't think of anything. It's don't do anything too crazy. Asking anything, anything about this video, anything about this topic, what can you relate with? Tell me your stories. Who's your favorite hero? There we go. Who's your favorite hero? My favorite hero was Batman. I love Batman. Do you have a favorite superhero? Is a family member? What's the backstory? I want to learn more about you guys too. It's because again, this is a channel where I want to learn more about my viewers while learning through myself. This is like an organization, so to speak. We're all sitting in one small classroom, with a spotlight somewhere. I don't know where I'm going with it. I'm so tired. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm recording this. This is what happens when you procrastinate. I was supposed to be in bed a whole few hours ago, but I digress. Thank you so much, guys, for coming by and watching this video. Again, subscribe for more content. I don't have a set schedule for my release my videos on this channel, because I'm doing other videos on my other channel, my gaming channel right now, for Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider just came out not too long ago. I'm doing videos for that, and again, I'm going to eventually get back into streaming, so it's just a big mess of busy this, busy that, so it's gonna be crazy. But I will try to upload as much as I can on this channel. And any ideas, again, if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know, that I will do a separate video just to answer that question if I can elaborate on it. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Again, I say it again, don't forget to subscribe for more content. And again, together we can get beyond the darkness.